Okay, sorry about that. Apparently I have a 15-minute time limit on this screencast program that I have. Hopefully you guys can get on to the next video. So international tourism represents 7% of the world exports and 30% of service exports. I suspect up until 2020 that number was growing significantly every year as well. In 2015, the total export value from international tourism accounted for 1.4 trillion, with the sector being responsible for 10% of the world's GDP and accounting for 1 in 11 jobs. So you guys are headed for a great sector when it rebounds. I think your post-diploma programs will be very valuable. So Western markets, mature hospitality and tourism markets, there is severe competition. It's very hard to differentiate yourself. Limited promotional cost. Customer service is increasingly important as a market differentiator. We're going to go over next slide on some superstars in the mature hospitality industry. You'll recognize some of the names. But actual customer satisfaction, we have heightened customer expectations. We don't get a lot of holidays a year. We really want to have a great experience. And there's lagging satisfaction rates for tourism and hospitality. One industry you can look at that's changed and has a horrible satisfaction rate is the airline industry. I don't even know if they care how horrible those seats are and how uncomfortable for those long haul flights that I'm sure you guys have done lots of. So customer service superstars. So we see, Ritz-Carlton is just one of those names. Everybody kind of knows it. It's a luxury hotel renowned for its service and famous employee empowerment. It has its own leadership center. It's often used by other companies for development and training. So when you're a company that trains other companies, that's huge. When you're a leader in the industry that others are looking to, that's what sets you apart. They are ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen, and it has an impact internally and externally on their customer service experience. So Harrah's Entertainment, might have heard of them mostly from Las Vegas. They're a gaming and entertainment company. The CEO is co-author of The Service Profit Chain. He uses leading edge database systems to do surgical marketing. Belief that business should be grown by investing heavily to focus the firm on the customers rather than on the tangible aspects of the firm only. So they're not designing their hotels based on all the assets. They're designing their hotels or their gaming experiences on the customer's experience, on what the customer wants. So they're looking at it from the customer's perspective. The Walt Disney Company, another superstar, entertainment. In addition to its reputation as a provider for entertainment, it's known for their customer-focused approaches such as Guestology and Imagineers. So I won't go through all of these. Maybe Southwest Airlines is a great one. They're very similar to WestJet in Canada. They offer innovation of low-cost carrier, continually run contrary to most of the airline industry through its customer service culture. Consider itself a customer service business and just happens to provide transportation. So some great examples of some customer service superstars there. I'm sure we can think of a few more that have stood out over the years to ourselves. So this is in your textbook, I believe. I didn't review it today. I just did the other day. But this is looking at the average score of the customer satisfaction. So and it's a percentage. So you're looking at the, kind of the national score of 77, and they weight all these through all the sectors and industries. So there's some that are above and some that are below kind of the national average for their sector. If you look at airlines, I'm not sure if you can see my mouse here, but airlines are below, not a surprise. Even hotels, kind of low, surprisingly. But some of the other ones that are higher, breweries, high customer satisfaction. Computer software companies, interesting one. So when we look at, oh come on, there we go. The Asian markets, they this is a quote from the Ritz-Carlton Director of Sales and Marketing. "Knowing our guests and their preferences help us to understand their needs, and in turn, we are able to anticipate their requests before they even ask for assistance." So, high levels of service in tourism and hospitality. There was a study in Singapore about customer satisfaction. The satisfaction index, it goes across 8 economic sectors, 102 organizations, and some of the top 5 spots are the Ritz-Carlton, Singapore Airlines, Swissôtel, the Stamford, Shangri-La, and the Grand Hyatt. So there are some that stand out as doing great in the tourism and hospitality industry. So this case study of this group in Spain, I'm not even sure how to pronounce it, but Lopsin Group, their philosophy is there's no second chance for a first impression. So, they're a 5-star hotel. They've got beaches and restaurants and shopping mall and golf course. They have this African-themed jungle foliage. I hope you've read the case in the textbook. 40% repeat customers is pretty good in the industry. Their particular attention to detail, at check-in, you're standing at the, line and you get a cocktail served to you. Televisions in the language that you speak, you don't have to try to, find the channels. It's just set to it. The tracking of personal preferences. I've been to a number of places where, because I cruise a lot, those ships, the servers in the restaurant, they just know what you like. And it's so fantastic to be able to sit down and have your favorite drink in hand. And, so this is one company that does it well. What they do well, they invest in staff training. The staff are well compensated and it's a career for them. So when you have employees that are, this is their career, they're going to invest in getting better and being the best at what they're doing. So it's a great example of some good customer service. Another service example is the Scott Dunn Travel. So if you're part of the DNA of a company, you understand the importance of the guest. So that's his philosophy on how to provide that travel service. They're a luxury travel company in the Alpine, doing Alpine Chalet holidays. They have a 70% repeat business through loyalty and referral. So that is massive. You do often see a higher repeat rate with a higher end product, so that might play into it a little bit. Differentiated on the opulence and personal high quality service. So that's how they're standing out to their customers. So unexpected acts of kindness. They try to undersell the product but over deliver. There's nothing worse than doing that backwards, overselling a product and under delivering. That's a great way to lose a customer for life. I'm going to try to get through these slides here quicker. Service quality. So customers' perception of the service components of a product, and these perceptions are said to be based on 5 dimensions: reliability, assurance, empathy, responsiveness, and tangibles. So the evaluation of the purchase determines the satisfaction and likelihood of the repurchase. So however they evaluate all of those things, it affects how they're going to repurchase. The key factor in differentiating service products and building competitive advantage. So a key factor in differentiating service and products and building competitive advantage. So the impact, profits, and other financial outcomes of the organization. So the service quality, it impacts everything within your company. So if you have a better quality of service based on the 5 dimensions, your reliability, assurance, empathy, responsiveness, you're going to have higher profits and other better financial outcomes for the company. It just goes without saying. So the importance of the service economy. So our shift from manufacturing to a focus on customer service that we've seen in the last few decades here. It's really important. The quality of service is increasingly critical to success. So people don't just want a product, they really want to have the service with it. The service sector employs 45% of the world's total labor force, 7 out of 10 people in global service industries. So the share in total economic activity is increasing over time. In Western countries, it's accounting for 3/4 of GDP. That service economy. So the rising trend is expected to continue. It reflects the higher consumer and business demand of companies and of products. The outsourcing of service-related activities is expected to increase as they want to get their costs down on it, and information technology is increasing to help improve that service economy. So the impact of service quality on market share, price, and profits. The service quality is crucial for differentiating your service product, winning and retaining customers, building a competitive advantage. An outgrowth of service quality is customer satisfaction, which is key to long-term profitability for any company. But satisfying a customer is not enough. We need to delight customers to ensure long-term loyalty. Talking too much. So we're almost done here. So market share, the service quality is the key factor, is to differentiate your service products, to win and retain customers. And you need to build a competitive advantage to do that, to have great service quality. Customer satisfaction is key in the long-term profitability of a company, but satisfying customers isn't enough. You need to delight customers for that loyalty. So here is a figure. Let's move the screen down a bit. So only when customers are very satisfied can you guarantee loyalty. So the retention rate goes up when your client satisfaction goes up. Pretty simple. High service quality means higher prices often. Profits are higher and market share is higher. So premium price at 8% higher than competitors. Oftentimes that's what you see. If you have a high quality price and a higher quality service, it often means you have a little bit higher price. You retain customers. Retaining 5% of customers increases your profit by 25 to 85%. So keeping those customers is huge in increasing your profits. Higher than normal market share growth. So when you have a high service quality, you're going to have higher market share. You're going to increase your profits, and you're going to typically have a higher price. So the value of great service. So when you have customers that plan on using the same company again and again, it goes up when you have great service. So they're also going to recommend you to friends or family. They're going to buy a second product or service from the company following the great experience. They're going to add, you could add more products and services at the time of purchases. So, Lowe's Hotel and Resorts, the power of we. Success cannot be achieved individually. Professional philosophy of Jonathan is building relationships with colleagues, empowering employees, collaborating with competitors. That's very interesting. Collaborating with competitors was very important to him. But when one is successful, often the other is successful. So customer outreach beyond advertising campaigns. So they're trying to create buzz and word of mouth marketing, and that helps create great customer experiences. And good neighbor policy, comprehensive outreach programs where their buildings are located, and it links business with communities. He also advocates social responsibility as being very important to the success of his companies, of his hotels. Hopefully you read that in the text there. So the behavioral consequences of customer service. So positive behavioral intention indicators are saying positive things, recommending a company or service, paying a premium, demonstrating loyalty. The negative customer intention is complaining, spending less money, signaling poised to leave the company. I don't know if you guys can think of any more